Hey everybody, it's Brandon with Slingshot Sports today, and we're going to be talking about Sentry Bar. More specifically, we're going to be talking about how to replace and repair some of the parts and pieces on your bar. And in this particular video, we're going to be talking about swapping out the safety pin for your chicken loop, as well as being able to swap your chicken loop for various sizes, or if you have any issues with your chicken loop and need to replace that part, we're going to go ahead how you service that part. First thing you're gonna need is the toolkit included that comes with your Sentry Bar, and the reason we're gonna need this is we need the Allen key out of this kit. Second thing, you're gonna need the parts that you're gonna wanna replace and or swap. In this case, a replacement safety pin or a surf loop or a replacement chicken loop. You do not need to unwind your bar. We can do all of these services with the bar actually wound up in line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and locate the set screw that holds the whole chicken loop in place, and we're gonna remove that screw. So step one is to locate that screw by lifting up the safety release hood. Once you lift up the safety release hood, you can find the small set screw with the Allen head. And once you locate that, by holding the hood up with your hand so that it stays out of the way of the screw, you're gonna take the provided Allen key, you're gonna insert it into the screw, and you're gonna slowly remove the screw. Now this screw has a lot of threads, as that's what allows it to hold your the power of the kite. And so be patient, there is a lot of threads on this thing, and it's gonna take a few seconds to get it to completely unscrew. Once it has gone far enough outside of the hood of the safety release, you can actually let go of that hood, relax your hands so you don't have to hold it the whole time, and you can continue to unscrew the set screw without having, again, to hold the resistance of your hood. Go ahead and take that set screw, set it aside, make sure you don't lose it because we're going to be using it to reinstall. Now that I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and pop my safety release, and I can actually go ahead and pull off this whole chicken loop assembly. And you can see it comes apart in two parts. So if I just needed to replace the safety pin, I can go ahead and grab my new safety pin, slide it over the loop, and then I can reinstall that part. Or in the case that I was swapping my loop out for another accessory loop, in this case the surf loop, I can just grab my surf loop and put it in. Now we're just gonna pretend like I wanted just to replace my safety pin. So I've taken my safety pin, I've slid it over the chicken loop assembly, and I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall this part. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift up the hood so that I can see the hole through the chicken loop. And that's gonna become important when we go to line up the set screw in through this stainless steel grommet here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rounded side of the chicken loop, and I'm gonna insert it into the bar, into the large hole. As I slide that in, I'm gonna go ahead and look through the hole, and you should be able to see completely through the hole when everything is lined up perfectly. I'm then gonna take my set screw, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to re-thread it into the area. Now be careful here, because as you put the set screw into the plastic, it can sometimes cross thread. So just make sure you take your time and make sure you get those threads lined up before you start really reefing down and cranking down on this thing. Once you have the threads started, you can release the hood and let the hood just sit against the set screw. That way it's not so fatiguing on your hand. As you get closer to the end, to where the hood would snap up, you need to go ahead and grab the hood again, apply some relief on that screw from the tension of the hood, and then go ahead and take your Allen key and just slowly tighten that down until it is flush with the chicken loop unit. Now this is important because this screw, if sticking out, could impede a safety system. So when you're putting it back in, you just want to make sure that nothing is sticking out, everything looks flush form. I can go ahead and let my hood back down, and now my chicken loop and my safety pin are both replaced on this bar. I can go ahead and engage my safety system, and that service on my Sentry Bar is complete.